There are times on this bow making journey of mine when every step forward seems to propel me 2 paces back. You see, for me, the greatest joy of bow making is rooted here, in the woods. This is where my bow staves come from. There's ash, silver birch, blackthorn and elm. Of course, managing, preserving and encouraging this young wood is paramount. There'll be others who come after me. But nevertheless, this young woodland still yields up enough staves to keep me occupied. And that's the pleasure, from here to a bow stave, from here to a bow. Sometimes this journey goes off course, and that happened yesterday. Or rather, it happened here last year. This is the stump of a 25-year-old English elm that I felled along with others last year. Now, English elm is no longer common in the UK. Many of these magnificent trees were felled by Dutch elm disease during the 70s. And this disease continues to wreak havoc. This is an elm sucker thrown up from the roots of an elm long killed by Dutch elm disease. It got to about 25 years old and succumbed itself to the disease. So ordinarily I wouldn't fell such a rare tree. It was sad to see them fall, but if I hadn't taken them, disease would have claimed them sooner or later. Let's go make a cup of tea. Anyway, I took my elm log home and split it. So far, so good. Now, the craft of bow making could be romanticised as being a relationship between the bowyer and wood. The wood, each species of wood, has their own peculiarities, their ability to withstand compression and tension, and the bowyer crafts his or her bow according to those limitations. But it's not that simple, as I'm learning. You see, I'm slowly discovering that it's not just the species that I, the bowyer, must come to understand. It goes a lot deeper than that. Of the dozen or so bows that I've made, I soon learned that the character of each and every stave is different. But now I'm discovering that a stave's uniqueness is informed by lots more than just bumps, wiggles and knots. And so we come to this, an English elm self bow, 75 inches long, tipped with horn, side knocked, and overflowing with character and earthy utility. Now, there is something almost warlike about elm, which is why I thought that my elm stave, harvested just over there, might make a heavy longbow, a so-called warbow. Maybe I should have heard alarm bells when I split the tree. I'd been told that elm is a beast to split, but my tree split easily. Then I rejected a rapid dried stave of elm because it checked and cracked. And right now, at the end of December, it feels like my bow making year has ended in failure. Then I used a little piece of elm to make a crossbow prod, and it came out underweight. By this time, I was slightly suspicious of my elm. Or was it me? So last week, I thought I'll have another go, and laid out the shape of a heavy longbow on another piece of that elm. And my roughing dimensions would have easily resulted in a bow with a draw weight in excess of 100 pounds. Soon I had a wonderfully characterful bow ready for the tiller, and I was delighted that the warnings about elm being tough on tools proved groundless. The wood shaved, planed and rasped easily. I carefully worked it up to full brace, and the string had a lovely sharp twang. Then I gently worked it on the tiller, but within 10 minutes that lovely twang had become a dull thud. 1 minute it took 80 pounds to induce even the slightest of bends, and the next minute, without taking any wood off, it took 15 pounds less pressure to make the same bend. And during the next 10 minutes, right in front of my eyes, my warbow became a toy bow as the elm revealed itself to be soft, spongy and pliable. So in the end, I stopped wishing for a warbow and made the bow that the elm wanted to be. And here it is. One thing's for sure, my elm bow is not made for war. So that's my elm bow. Disappointing because it's underweight to what I'd hoped for, but it's still attractive and a pleasure to use. And it taught me much about staves and about wood. It's not just the species, it's where they grow, how quickly they grow, the soil they grow from, the weather conditions. All kinds of things have an effect on that wood that we all would like to turn into a bow. And I've learned a great deal from this one. So, not all wasted. See you next time.